All right, a lot is going on in the crypto world. Let's review the top coins. Let's do top 20 or whatever, how many we can do here. Bitcoin. I made a video a week ago, put myself on the line. I said in June, 5,800 was the low. We won't see it again. We'll see if I'm right. Just having fun here making predictions. Somebody commented on my video because it's been going up since, said, well, it looks like you were right. Let's not get too excited. I'm not right yet. If Bitcoin goes through 10,000 with authority, I'll start to believe I'm right. But listen, this market is volatile, can move. Bitcoin could drop below 5,800 in a matter of days. So let's not get too excited just yet and keep watching. But of course, I hope I'm right. We'll see. Okay, XRP market cap hanging in there. It's down a lot, but it's still, my thing was that if you like XRP, you should love Stellar. Buy Stellar instead of XRP. Stellar's market cap should be higher than XRP's. I made that video when an XRP was 10x bigger market cap than Stellar. It's now less than that. You can do the math. I still think it's too high. I still like Stellar. Should I skip below Stellar? I'll tell you what I'm a little excited about with Stellar. Let's get speculative again. This is just a fun video. Last year at Ripple's Swell convention, that was their big convention. They want to get everyone excited. Stellar ate their lunch by announcing the deal with IBM on the day of the Ripple convention. Stellar stock went up 100%, and the news was all Stellar, and they just stole the limelight from Ripple. Stellar's been a little quiet lately. Will they do it again? I am hopeful. Jed McCaleb has said he has an announcement coming at some point that he's excited about. I don't think we've heard it yet. And Stellar X, an exchange that looks exciting, launching officially soon. The beta is up. I've seen screenshots of it. Someone who watches my video sent me the link. Thank you. It is for real. It's coming. What is exciting about Stellar X as an exchange is it is an exchange which we know with this platform, it's possible to have an exchange which has zero fees. Or, people said very low fees, but with Stellar, they're going to have zero fees. This is not to be confused with Robinhood, right? Robinhood is an exchange that says they have no transaction fees. They have transaction fees. It's just hidden. What they do, you make a trade, they give it to a high-frequency trader who front-runs you, makes money, and then they give money back to Robinhood. Robinhood is making money on these transactions, the high-frequency traders, and it might even be higher, and you don't know what you're paying. So that no transaction fee is not to be confused with what we will see at Stellar. And by the way, I don't know what was up with the Dogecoin major run up last week. Dogecoin is a coin that was created as a joke. And listen, it's real. It's a coin. I mean, why would anyone invest in it? This big run up last week must be part of a pump and dump show. I heard it was connected with Robinhood. Maybe the high frequency traders who are stealing from you secretly at Robinhood were part of this pump and dump show. I don't know. Again, this is my speculative video. I'm just saying shit. I don't know. But I avoid silliness like that. Okay? Now, Ethereum. Oh, one more thing about Stellar. Again, speculation. Just having fun here. NASDAQ has been very quiet. What are they doing? They're doing something. They're working on something. New York Stock Exchange made their announcement. Believe me, NASDAQ has something cooking. There's been rumors, there's things, and it could Stellar. I'm hoping that the big announcement has something to do with NASDAQ. Let's get excited about speculation, okay? This is just, listen. I like to make videos. I think the greatest value I add to the community is when I make videos and I dig deep into one topic. My most popular videos, however, are these where I'm on the surface and I'm getting a little speculative. But we can have fun, can't we? Ethereum, people are negative about Ethereum. It's not going to work. It's going to go to zero. I mean, the negativity is really high, so I like it. I mean, I'm holding the Ethereum I have, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another wave down. If this thing goes below 200, I will get more. The portfolio I recommend is 50% Bitcoin, 30% Stellar, 20% Ethereum. And if you've been holding like me with that portfolio since, I don't know, winter, well, the right now, my Bitcoin's more than 50% and my Stellar's more than 30% because I've been holding and those two have held up. And my Ethereum, I don't know, might be 15% now. So if I was going to buy, maybe I should be getting Ethereum because it's a smaller amount. And I still believe the next video I'm going to make is going to be about Ethereum. A lot to say. A lot has happened. The funny thing is, just as everyone's become so negative about Ethereum, and I've been like, the reason I put it at only 20% was I love the story, but it's long term. When are things launching? We're starting to get close here. I'm starting to like it just when the media is starting to hate it. So to me, that's also a good sign. I'll talk more about Ethereum in my next video. I don't know what the hell this thing is. This is probably some mistake regarding the market cap being this high. I don't even know what this is. Just popped up. Bitcoin Cash. Oh boy, this thing is hilarious. Clown car, as they call it. Bitcoin was happy to have the fork and get rid of the 10% of the community that is mentally unstable. Listen, I don't want to be a dick, but I don't believe in on-chain scaling. You can do some, but the excitement is in the second layer. Bitcoin Cash is, I've made videos talking about why I think Bitcoin Cash is on an asymptote to zero. They don't believe in the second layer. It's all about the bigger blocks. Silliness. The other silliness they have is Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto. And so I've got this video here. I listen to experts. I don't know that I'm qualified to discover who Satoshi Nakamoto is. I'll certainly make my predictions on video, but I don't know that I'm qualified. But I do listen to experts. And there were a couple videos. Here's one. So in this video, this was at a convention. Craig Wright talked, and Vitalik Buterin's like, "How does this guy? He's a fraud." And then Joseph Poon gets up. You're gonna see him. Joseph Poon wrote the white paper for the Lightning Network for Bitcoin, which was years ago. The thing's launched, so he's pretty smart. He also was one of the main developers for the Plasma second layer solution at Ethereum, which also is pretty much launched. So he's a smart guy. And as he says, he listened to Craig Wright's presentation. He doesn't understand a word of it. So those would be concerns that he's not Satoshi Nakamoto. I'll let you listen for a second. There's
a network that is colluding with the miner, which by definition is between 0 and 1. So given that he makes so many non-sequiturs and mistakes, why is this fraud allowed to speak at this conference? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that.
Very simple. Negative probability means you pay the other people instead of the selfish miner earning a benefit. The honest miner does. That's what negative.
I wrote the Lightning Network paper. I straight up don't understand your presentation. I'm sure the rest of the audience is not as well.
Okay, so and the reason I'm talking about all this is Bitcoin Cash now is going to have a fork. So, Craig Wright, fake Toshi, is going to fork Bitcoin Cash. And now, Gavin Andresen was the one who, back in 2016, Bitcoin was at 300. He says he's given up on Bitcoin, sold all his Bitcoin. He believed that Craig Wright was Satoshi Nakamoto. Now he unfollowed Satoshi. Roger Ver has unfollowed Craig Wright, not Satoshi. Satoshi, whatever. So there's all this chaos in the Bitcoin Cash world. This thing is heading to zero faster than I previously would have predicted. I don't like it. It's bounced a little bit, but yeah, it's a clown car. EOS bounced also. The price came up here, and it's interesting. I got this link from one of my video here followers. What's his name? Isaac something or other. He follows. He's Mr. EOS expert on my channel, always commenting and defending EOS. So EOS, listen, they have things launching, they have things happening. Look, but this has sort of opened my eyes to what are we seeing here? And even on the few things on Ethereum that have launched, and by the way, did I mention I'm going to make a video on EOS, Ethereum digging deep. There's a lot happening, a lot coming. That'll be another video, one of my deep dives. I'm not going to get into it here, but gaming, well, I think the next big wave, or at least one of the next big waves that's going to happen, is just gaming, gambling, Ponzi mania. Because, and even games almost all start including a way to sort of make money. Like CryptoKitties, right, is a game, and if you develop your kitty well, it has value. So in a sense, you're making money. And this is just making people crazy. People love gaming, people love gambling, and now you can just have immediate gratification by making money. And so I've been very negative on things like these pyramid schemes. I shouldn't say Ponzi, pyramid schemes. Ponzi is when you think you're investing and they're actually stealing your money. Pyramid is you put your money in and some people get money out, and it's just to get, you know, you're shuffling money around and some people win. Usually it's the people who created the game that make most of the money, but you know, whatever. And so I've been critical of these pyramid schemes as an investment, right? Proof of weak hands, FOMO 3D that, you know, was in the news recently, these things. If you think you're investing, okay, that's insane. But if you think you're just playing a game, I get it. So you're playing a game where you can make money, that's different. I mean, that's not for me. I don't spend my time doing that stuff. But to me, at least if you know you're playing a game and you're not investing, it's like, okay, fine, you're just gambling, right? There's nothing wrong with going to Vegas and gambling. You know what you're doing. You know you're probably going to lose, but you have fun or whatever. And people love that shit. I don't do it. I go to Vegas. I only gamble with love, not money. So one of the games that people are excited about, so much activity, so many transactions. Wow. I mean, listen, it's a bet. It's a dice thing. You roll the dice and, you know, look at all these people rolling the dice. And I don't know the exact odds, but if you, at least if you look at the 50-50, you lose 1% as your average, right? So if you played 50-50, you know, on average, you're going to lose 1% of your money. I'm not sure the math on this, but you just hit a button and you play. So you can probably pay, let's say you can play, you know, 10 times a minute. And on average, you lose 1%. How long does it take you to lose all your money? I don't know, but I bet if you play this, if you start with $100 and you play for an hour and a half, you're probably left with 20 bucks. I don't know. Some math genius could do the math on average what happens. But this is just stupidness. I mean, if you find that fun, God bless. I mean, I understand why some games, they're complex. You take a long, you know, you're good at blackjack and you go and you can spend 3 hours and you get free drinks. Fine. This, you're just hitting a button and losing money. How's that fun? Unless you just don't know math and you think that if you hit the button, you know, you close one eye and hit the button, you think you're going to win. I don't know. It's silliness. But, and even, you know, exchanges, it's just, a lot of it is just people gambling with these tokens. Buying Dogecoin to the moon, baby. But the reality is people like this stuff. I think we're going to see a bit of a mania with it because it's just accessibility to gaming. You know, like I talk about, because I'm Mr. like, you know, I'm not normal. I like to always be productive and producing and thinking about the future. I don't play video games. You know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing wrong with it, like Fortnite, but people will play Fortnite for 12 hours. To me, that's crazy. What are you doing with your life? But people do it. Now imagine Fortnite and you can make money. Or you have a chance at making money. I think it makes people twice as crazy. I think it's coming. I think that, so EOS, my concern for EOS as an investment is, will delegated proof of stake work? Will it become centralized? Can they build real long-lasting applications that will change the world and last for decades? That's an open question to me. That's why I wouldn't invest. But can they create a bunch of gambling pyramid scheme things that suck in a bunch of people over the next 12 months? I think they can. That would drive the price up. So that's not a game I get involved in, but I see legs here on EOS, if nothing else, for that reason. And I'll do my Ethereum video. If Ethereum launches, you know, I heard this Loom network, I haven't read about it yet. It's sort of built for gaming, and maybe Ethereum offers a lot of the same shit I don't know. Great, but what was my point here? Just anyways, I think EOS is going to have legs with that little mania. Litecoin. Now, I used to say Litecoin, it's a stupid little coin, and they're trying to help out with Bitcoin and all this. And I was like, I wouldn't buy it, but it's not horrible. Well, I changed my mind. I now think it's horrible. Look at this GitHub activity, and keep in mind on the scale here. So this is 100 here. This is 50 here. So these two look similar. But the Bitcoin scale, it's a double. So Bitcoin has a ton of activity. Ethereum has 50% of that activity. EOS, now look at this. This is actually 250. And look at the peak here at launch. A lot of activity. But now it's down, and due to scale, I don't know what it's at. And it's going to be interesting to see this in 6 months. Does the EOS activity settle? And, I don't think anyone's abandoning EOS. But, look at Litecoin, though. Charlie Lee seems like a nice guy. Hard to think he's shady, but you gotta, listen, let's look at what happened during the mania, right around in here. He did a tour of TV shows. The price ran up to like 300. As soon as he was done with his media tour, he sold it all, and now there's no more activity. So to me, it was a long pump and dump. But the dump is done. I don't know. I wouldn't get near this thing anymore. It looks like it's on a long path to zero. But if no one's working on it, right? It's not a horrible technology. Whether it has any use, I don't know. But now if no one's working on it, I don't like that. Cardano, I'm not, as you know, I'm not a believer. I think, Cardano is the intellectuals version of Ethereum. Everyone's down on Ethereum now, so I don't know how you could like Cardano, because Cardano is sort of like, the intellectuals version of Ethereum, and it's far behind. Now, people think, well, it's far behind, but when it launches, it's going to be even better. But now no one even believes in Ethereum, so I would think Cardano would get hurt. Cardano sort of hangs in there because, well, for one reason, I don't know, Coinbase listed it. Coinbase, they are, I don't know what they see here, but what was I going to say? Because I was going to mention that. It made me think of Ethereum Classic, which is another one. Well, that was Coinbase is listed already Ethereum Classic. Why? Probably because Coinbase probably needs 5 signatures from 6 different government agencies for every line of code they write. Right? So Ethereum Classic is sort of like, it's legal, it's similar code to Ethereum. It's probably just like, oh, we can actually list this one, and it's like not that hard. That's probably why they listed that. Why Cardano? I don't know. But so that's given it legs. Oh, and so the thing with Cardano too is they're like, well, we are so smart and academic and intelligent, so we're going to go slow because we're doing it right. So that sort of buys them time, and that's why I think Cardano is holding up a little better than maybe some others. Tether, I don't think it's a scam. It's, whatever, that hangs in there. Tron, I do wonder, what are they trying to do? I never liked it because I don't like the blowing up stories, the pumping of stories and embellishing. I don't like that. I also don't like, plagiarizing in your white paper. Some of those things bother me. Made me think it's just a pure scam, but now I don't think it is. I think it's just, some kids who are really good at marketing, into marketing, but they're trying to build something, and they bought this BitTorrent. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if anyone does. If anyone has like a good summary of what Tron's trying to do, I'd love to know at least what they're saying they're trying. I don't get it. What are they doing? I don't think, are they trying to compete with Ethereum? I don't think so. I feel like they have a different focus, but I don't know what it is. So, I wouldn't invest in it just for that reason and others. Monero, privacy coins. People want privacy. Privacy is not just for criminals. But my belief is we're going to see on the Lightning Network, on Bitcoin, applications that give you privacy. I think that will steal most of the privacy market in the long run. But if you want to trade, you want privacy today, I don't know, Monero might be a decent choice. So I think it has value until a privacy solution launches on Bitcoin, and then I think they would steal all the other privacy coin business. And so that's why I wouldn't buy Monero, because I'm not a short-term guy. I'm like, oh, Monero could be great for 2 years. That's too short for me. I want things that I think I'm never going to have to sell. Granted, sometimes I'm wrong and I realize I need to transition out because I learned my thesis is wrong, but I wouldn't buy it with the theory that, oh, in 2 years from now, technically I'm wrong. It's not the best privacy coin, and then I'd have to trade out. So I don't even get started with it. And Binance, I'm not a trader. I'm a buy and holder. If I was doing a ton of trading on Binance and wanted a discount, I guess maybe you use the coin. Maybe it makes sense. I don't really know exactly. But, I could see that. But that's not something I would hodl, Like if I was a big trader on big Binance, maybe it would be part of my game. But I don't play that game. IOTA, I've had my videos. Asymptote to zero. I don't think anything really happened with it. Not a believer. It went below 50 cents. I was excited about its bounce back, but not a believer. And Dash Evolution Software. It's going to be awesome for merchants and users. They're trying to compete with Bitcoin. I would not want to wake up in the morning thinking I'm competing with Bitcoin. Meanwhile, their software was supposed to launch in June. Now I was reading it. I don't know, maybe soon they're going to launch an alpha on this thing. Listen, if it's awesome, I'll see it after it launches, but they're so far behind schedule, and Bitcoin looks really impossible to beat as money, so I wouldn't get near it, and the price has plummeted. NEO also has plummeted. Last year this time was probably at 50 bucks. Was in the teens a few weeks ago, and NEO, as I've said, is just a database for raising money. I don't think they talk about it like it's a decentralized application. Is there anything, does anyone know, is there anything for real running on NEO? I mean, I understand that people use it to raise money, but is there an actual application up and running on it that is supposed to be real, and it's not just gambling, and not just another way for people to raise money or gambling? Now, granted, maybe say that about EOS. Oh, it's just a scam because it's only gambling. But I don't know. I don't. It's just NEO. Yeah, I'm not a believer. So, but at the same time, I'm curious because it's still up. But I think there are things that have actually launched on it other than ICOs. But I don't know what they are or So if anyone has info, let me know. Talked about Ethereum Classic already. OX, I've mentioned before. I think it seems like it's a cool protocol, but I looked into the token. I don't see how that token holds value. It's another one Coinbase is picking up. Maybe some of these ones where I'm like, oh, it's cool, but how does the token have value? And I'm scared to get into it. Could be one of these things in a year or two. I'm like, oh, now I see how it has value. Wish I bought it back then, and then I like it. People are like, oh, you're so stupid. Hey, you don't have to invest in everything. I only invest in things that I'm confident and that I understand. I don't understand how the OX token can really capture a lot of value. That doesn't mean that over 6 months it runs up and then maybe it comes down, or that it goes up a little. And I don't know, and I'm not saying it's going to go to zero because the protocol technology looks good and it'll be around, which means it will have some value. But I don't know, maybe it'll still be 8 cents 3 years from now, right? So I don't know. Ziliqua. I have a thing. Here's my saying that when I post a video, I immediately get a bunch of spam things in the comments. Airdrop and make money, just all this spam shit. And I delete them all. And I've seen a ton of this spam shit from Ziliqua. So that any token project that gets a ton of spam, I would not invest in, because that either means the company itself is hiring people to spam their shit, or they're just tolerating it. In both cases, I don't like it. So I would avoid this thing. They're either trying to be a scam or there's a lot of scammers involved in it. I don't like it. Dogecoin, I think I already talked about this. I had to remake my video now. I can't remember. But I talked about how that had hopefully I already talked about it, right? With the with the Robinhood thing I did. So yeah, Dogecoin, please. We've been 25 minutes. I mean, I'll just go fast here. Lisk. There was just a good article about what Lisk is, and I read it, and I didn't like them a year ago, reread it, and I still don't like it. What was the reason? Shoot, I forgot. I don't remember. I don't like it. I have a reason, but I can't remember what it is. I don't know. The rest of this stuff. Only other thing I'll mention here is, you know, I mean, I could probably talk for a minute on all these stupid things, but I'll spare you. OMG, you know, maybe I like the story. I've been watching it, but I think I know the guy who knows the guy who knows the woman, Vansa, who's I think she's managing director of Omisego. I may get a meeting with her and some of her tech people and my CTO to see what's going on. Can we get involved? Maybe run nodes. Maybe what I just want to get some better insight. I'm trying to figure out how I can get myself into the not just as a hodler, but maybe I can help with these networks. I'm gonna do a deep dive into OMG and see if it's something I could get more involved in. Not sure yet. When I have that meeting, I'll make a video after, let you know how it goes. I guess she's in New York, so my meeting might not be for a week or two, but that will be very interesting. So let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the cryptocurrency revolution.